Welcome to my home. Today I'm going to be giving you the full tour and showing you everything that I've DIY'd and renovated and what I haven't gotten to in the past 2 years of living here in my dream home. So come on in. So this is the main living room, and right away some things should be looking different. This big wall shelf was one of the first things that I ever got for this house, and I think it's up there for top marketplace find of all time because it just fits this massive wall so well. But the area in front of it is kind of what's gone through a couple changes. Originally it had, well, I guess that wasn't the first thing. What was before the orange couches? What did I do? I feel like it was just an empty space. What existed before the orange couches? Its first sort of makeover, if you will, was with the addition of the orange couches, where I made it sort of like a closed-in conversation pit vibe. But since then, I sort of felt like there was a lot of couches going on. There was couches here, there was couches in the living room. So I've swapped out to some fun Togo chairs, which are my absolute favorite furniture piece. They're so cozy and comfy. And we have the Saturn lamp, which was a DIY process as well. My first attempt on it could have been done better, and so I did it better. It's now been improved and upgraded, and I think it's pretty cool here. Okay, come back this way. Over here is our wood-burning stove, and it's so wild to me to think back that we didn't have this when we first moved in here. The pipes were all in place, but there was no actual stove, and the way that we rely on this to heat this room like every single day in the winter, it's hard for me to believe that we didn't have it for so long. When we put that in, we needed to install some tile so that it had a safe place to sit on. And that was a pretty fun process that I love how we did it. I think it integrates into the floor so well that you don't really notice it, but it is functional. Back here is my, I guess, new and improved or relocated office space. It was in that room, which we'll talk about in a second, but being by the fire is so nice, and having these big windows to light my video calls is also so delightful. And I really didn't need a big office area because so much of my work is making videos and being out and about, and it's not a lot of desk work, so just having a small zone here made a lot more sense. So this is the living area, and honestly not much has changed here. This is one of the first spaces that I just moved my furniture into, and it sort of felt instantly right. I wish every space could go like that, but I love this. I think the only thing is we moved the orientation of the sofa to be on this side, and you are kind of getting the holiday version of this space. So some chairs are in slightly different spots because we need room for our beautiful tree. One upgrade that we did do in here though was redoing the whole vertical blind window situation, added curtains to it, redid the blinds. They're still here, but they're just so much better. And we put some LED lights behind it, which gives it such a nice glow and instantly upgraded this whole wall. This is the kitchen. Haven't really done anything to it. It was a great kitchen to begin with, like functionally wise, it is good and relatively new. I do think that I could get to doing some aesthetic changes one day so that it matches a little better the rest of the house, but that's for a later project because honestly, it functions great as a kitchen. Some of the instant easy changes I did was just swapping that light to something a little cooler and swapping this light, which actually, this is the retro bulb lighting from our bathroom downstairs when we did that major reno. I always thought it was cool. I didn't want to get rid of it. And so it lives here and it matches the house so well. I talked about not loving the tile in the kitchen last time, and I still haven't gotten to changing that. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I know whenever we do the kitchen, that is going. It's going. And behind us is the dining nook area, one of my favorite spots in the house. I finally feel like I have this area right. Watch me change my mind later, but for now, I am loving it. This area, I think, went through a huge transformation because originally it was just a table and an actual folding chair, which thank goodness there has been an upgrade since. There was a whole makeover on the main channel where I had the fabulous $50, I think it was $50 orange couch in here to create a couch nook, which I always wanted. I ended up upgrading it to the most stunning brown sofa, which can we just appreciate how perfectly it fits in this area? Like wall to wall, it is made for this spot. There's a vlog on it. I drove really far to pick this up, like 8 hours, but it's so worth it because it's beautiful. After that, swapped out these chairs, which are a great marketplace find. And I thought I was going to reupholster them from the beginning, but everyone told me that the teal is beautiful. And I think I agree. I think you guys are right. It's got to stay. A couple of my favorite DIYs to live in this space. This lamp that Rachel made for me is so perfect for this little window space. And then the wine holder on the wall that Rochelle made for me, she's behind the camera today, by the way. Everyone say hi, Rochelle. Yeah, it's so perfect for this little blank space on the wall. And not that I really drink a lot of red wine, but it makes me look chic, okay? So it lives like this. Oh, and my mat DIY that I made, and I think it's really cool. It tells a story of things that I've done in my life, and I love that. Every space should tell a story of you. And over here now is our coffee bar, which before this was actually just a built-in pantry. The wall came out this way more, and I love the decision to remove the wall and make this more of an open space. This solved one of my biggest problems that I had from day one, was that there's just not enough outlets over there in the kitchen area for all the kitchen appliances you want to have.
This is really the only place to plug in kitchen appliances, which is my only little bit of a complaint here. We have so much room, but this is the spot for the outlet.
And so we were able to put more outlets in here, and now the coffee maker and the kettle can just live over here, and it just makes a lot more sense, a better use of the space altogether, in my opinion. And I'm so proud of my tiling job on here, by the way. Like, they are incredibly straight. So this is the side room to the main living space. The original intention for this room was for it to be half my office and half sort of a games room. The office idea wasn't the best in the long run because this room is sort of a 3-season room. It's not properly insulated. I think it probably was a closed-in porch at one point. So it does get really cold in the winter and really hot in the summer. So that's why the office space is moved out there by the nice cozy fireplace. But the great thing is now that this space can be fully devoted to our fun games hangout space. The pool table has been completed. If you know what happened to that, but it's now fully together in one piece and gets a lot of use. Now over here is where the orange couch has landed so far. She makes lots of moves around the house, but it's because we love her and we want to see her style in so many different ways. But I think in this corner is a really great spot for it right now. Just given its like extreme coziness, it makes sense in a chill area like this room. Now, behind me and out this door is the patio / porch, and that went through a major transformation this past year.
The porch is absolutely beautiful. The flooring of the porch,
a little questionable,
needs a little work.
Which started as a bathroom makeover, which then moved into the whole garage needing help, which moved to this patio needing help. So now that that's all fixed up, it still looks like that. Of course, it's winter now, so we won't go outside, but the patio has been updated. But something that never got shared on the channel in that whole journey is that the problems extended into this room too. The bathroom was right below us, and this roof needed to be fixed. And in the process of fixing this room, we were actually able to lift the roof like 5 inches higher. So this whole room is 5 inches taller than how it was when I made it over last. There was an extra whole row of studs in the ceiling that weren't doing anything. They were just taking up space. So we removed them, put the boards back up, and now this room is bigger. Look at that. So now we can head downstairs, but before we do that, let's just talk about a few things here. One being, this is actually where the main floor bathroom is. It's right behind the coffee bar. And it was pretty great from the start, honestly, but one of the things we did was we put in a window. There was never actually a window in this bathroom, and the exterior is right there, so why not? It makes a lot of sense. Bring in some daylight to this space, which is very needed. And then these are the stairs to head downstairs. The most recent change to the house was completing this project, which took place over many different makeovers, starting with remaking the entire railing. And I got to put up the gallery wall that I wanted to have last time. And of course, one of the coolest features of the home is the massive circle window that we put in. This was such a dream collab project that I got to work on with an amazing window company. And it's just so cool that the vision actually got brought to life. And it's in my home. It's the coolest thing. All right, let's go downstairs. So this is the downstairs hallway. You can sit. You're gonna destroy your thighs. Okay. not much has changed other than now this wall is wood paneled because we did the whole staircase makeover. And honestly, I only painted this wall white. Frankly, this house is getting made over in pieces, and I have no idea what I even want to do with the rest of this hallway, so it didn't make sense for me to waste a ton of white paint. Now, back here is one of 2 bathrooms on this floor, and it's funny because nothing has changed in here. And I thought that it would, because this was the bathroom that Austin and I were using the most since we weren't using the one in the primary bedroom. But since that got its whole makeover, we don't use this one ourselves. This is just a guest bathroom, and so it's stayed relatively unchanged. I do think it will get some attention eventually because there are things I would like to do, but for now, it's stayed the same. So speaking of the primary bedroom, let's go this way. All right, so this is Austin and I's primary bedroom. And it's quite a big space, and I love that. It has a lot of potential. And you might be wondering why I haven't filmed a proper bedroom makeover, because that's one of your main staples for makeover spaces. I haven't done it fully because I think when we do it, it's actually going to be a really big job. We want to do it right. We want to replace a lot of the big things, like the ceiling needs to be worked on, the flooring needs to be worked on, and the walls too. So when we do it, it's a big job. And frankly, been procrastinating a little because there's been other really big jobs that we've done in the last 2 years. So this will come one day. But until then, I still have to live here and I want it to be beautiful. So we've done a little bit of different projects around the room. I brought this daybed downstairs, which used to live upstairs. Again, one of my coolest thrift finds. It's just so classically mid-century. And this was always a weird space I didn't know what to do with because it was kind of empty. And I think in here, it fits the space perfectly. Another cool marketplace find recently was this little lamp here, table lamp hybrid. But what's cool about it is that the shades, specifically the orange one, are the exact same style as the orange pendant that I have upstairs. It's this sort of string texture shade. And this is like the little matching buddy to the one I have upstairs. So of course it had to come home with me. Now over here is another DIY upgrade I did to the space. I made this full built-in electric fireplace. I had the actual electric fireplace insert itself, but I really wanted it to feel like a mid-century wall fireplace. So I did the stonework myself, which was a big learning experience, and made this wooden top, which everyone was convinced that I would constantly be hitting my hips off this. I don't walk this close to the wall ever. Like, it's never a problem, really. I love this little corner. It's so cute. You'll have to stay tuned to find out what happens to this space. Now, over in this corner is another upgrade to the bedroom, and that is my closet area. From the beginning, it was a tight space.
Oh, not much room in there.
Everything's in there. There's opportunity to do something with a better closet storage setup here, I think. But I'm gonna think on it a little better.
And I always hoped that I could figure out like something to do about that and make the closet just function so much better. And I love what I came up with. Adding this cabinet here works as kind of a room divider to separate the entrance. And also, just as a great storage solution for sweaters and stuff that I wanted to bring out of this space so that this area could be a lot less cramped. We did some other things like opening this up, raised this entrance so that it was all the way to the ceiling, removed the door altogether, and now it kind of feels like a big, grand walk-in closet experience, which is so much better than before. Another cool thing was this Polson lamp that I found at an antique place, and it was such a steal for what I think it should be worth. And I love that it lives here now. One thing is my sliding door here into some more closet space didn't hold up. It, unfortunately, the paper has torn. And I wasn't obsessed with how this turned out, so I think I'm gonna remake this door eventually. But other than that, I love this closet area. Let's go into the bathroom, which I love even more. This is the ensuite bathroom, and this space, out of anything, has gotten the biggest 180 since moving in and doing some changes to the home. And I say that because we weren't even using this bathroom before.
The ensuite bathroom, and we currently don't use it. I don't know how well it's gonna show up on camera, but this room does need a lot of work.
It had serious issues that made us concerned to actually use it. There was clear signs of leaks and things were sort of falling apart. It needed to be done. And I'm so glad that we did because, I love this space so much. It's such a relaxing, just cozy, clean bathroom that I don't know how to describe it other than I'm so happy this project spiraled very quickly into more than just the bathroom, but we were able to fix it all, bring it back together, and now we have a great working bathroom. Some of the changes particularly that I like that we did was adding 2 vanity spots, one with a sink and one for just me to do makeup and hair. I also love the wood ceilings. I think this was such a nice touch. There was some concerns about doing wood in a bathroom, but I think cedar is the right way to go. And it's held up perfectly. I'm just so happy with this change in this bathroom. It's cute. All right, let's come back out this way. And before I show you the rest of the guest bedrooms, let's just quickly peek in my laundry room. This has not been upgraded or touched at all. And I think this will probably be one of my next makeovers because I just don't enjoy spending time in this space because there's a lot of things that need to be worked on. I'm a bit intimidated. I don't know where to start. There's so much that needs to be fixed in here, but that might be coming next. If you have any thoughts, let me know. All right, now this way will take us to the guest bedrooms, but we go through this fun little pass-through room first, which, the first time we showed this space, I had the excuse that it was a bit messy because we were still unpacking. We had just moved in. I actually think it maybe got worse, but I think it's okay because this house is clearly a work in progress. There's lots of spaces being worked on. And because I want to thrift and find secondhand so many of the pieces for the home, that doesn't all happen on a nice timeline. So I have some pieces in here that are going to go in future makeovers, and they're just living here for now. We've got some lighting, some chairs, some other stuff. This room is what it is. But a lot of you in the last tour had some really great ideas for what this space could be when it's ready to not be a storage space anymore, like a media room perhaps, or a little library. I'm still taking suggestions, so if you have thoughts, kind of a fun space with no windows, let me know. Okay, let's go this way. So we are super blessed with 3 guest bedrooms in this house, of which all of them are currently just functioning as simple guest bedrooms. I've styled them to the capacity where they work as a place for someone to stay over. It's not beautiful. The blue wall is not what I would choose long term, but we're not ready to work on these spaces properly just yet. So in the meantime, they're functional. They're great. We have family come over. A lot of families coming for the holidays. So it's just nice to have the option for people to stay somewhere. So, number 1, this is guest bedroom number 2, and I guess it is sort of serving as Austin's music room. We have the piano in here, the guitars live down here. Sometimes that's what this room is. And then lastly, we have the 3rd guest bedroom. This one actually, I would say, is the nicest. We did put a little bit of work into this. This bed, Austin built a bed frame for it and made this live edge sort of headboard, which is really nice. And you know what? This room is taupe in color, and I can live with that. It's not gray and it's not blue. So this is the nicest one. And when the day comes that we're ready to do the big bedroom makeover, we'll probably have to move out temporarily, and this is probably where we will live in the time that happens. In the corner here is the electric fireplace that I love her so much, and I actually miss not having this turned on in a space that I can see. So it's living here for now, but I really do want to find a better, more permanent spot for it somewhere in the house that I can enjoy because it's just so great. And I think that's all I have to share about this bedroom. So let's head back. So back out this way before we end back upstairs. Just to note that this door takes you down to the basement, which is entirely unchanged from last time, and in no way beautiful. So we don't need to go back there again. And this door takes you out to the garage. So now you know, let's go back upstairs. So that's it. That's the house. thank you for joining me today. If you liked any of the spaces that are finished and you want to see the full makeovers and how that all played out, I'll link them all in the description for you below. It's been such a fun journey so far getting to work on this space, but I'm equally more excited for the spaces we have yet to do going into the next year. So with that being said, I'd love to hear from you. Which one do you want to see next? Are we doing the laundry room, or should we get into tackling the whole bedroom makeover? Because those two are top of mind for me. But if you have any other ideas or thoughts on things you want to see us try or do in the space too, let me know in the comments because I'm so looking out for ideas. I'll see you next time. Thanks guys. Bye.